Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome into the Reveal It Rob show. Appreciate you coming over here to hang out with me, man. Today, the film we're going to be talking about, spoiler free as always, is going to be Mortal Kombat 2. That's right, the anticipated sequel to the Mortal Kombat film has officially arrived, and all of us Mortal Kombat fans were ready to go into this movie and see all the fatalities and all the awesomeness they could bring us, man. So, we'll talk about that on this here episode, and we've got some news to talk about, man. Pretty good news week since the last time we did a show here, man. So without further ado, I'm gonna throw the poster up for you YouTube viewers and give some details on this movie, man. So Mortal Kombat 2 is, as you would expect, rated R for strong, bloody violence as well as some language in there. Film runs in at 1 hour 56 minutes, so just a dash under 2 hours, and is classified as an action adventure fantasy film. Right off the rip, 1 hour 56 minutes. Did not know it was that long. did not know it was that long. Did not feel like it was that long by any means. So, like I mentioned, this is the sequel. We had the Mortal Kombat movie a couple of years ago that brought the Mortal Kombat franchise back to theaters in a big bad way, as it was a successful film. Obviously, we got a second one, but it was met with some mixed reactions because that first movie was heavily focused on a new character, a character that wasn't part of the video games by any means or anything like that. Just this new character that they were building around and all that. And it was like in the beginning stages of trying to get to said tournaments, where there's no real tournaments or anything going on in that movie. We don't have to worry about that one in this movie, man. As that character is back, Cole is in this movie. The movie's not primarily focused on him. And most improved aspect of this movie is the tournaments are happening in this movie, man. So this movie is heavily focused on the tournaments and having the battles, as you expect from Mortal Kombat films, games, brought into films and all this stuff. The stuff you want is there, man. We got the tournaments and we've got fatalities in this freaking movie as well, man. So basic idea concept of what's going on here. If you played a Mortal Kombat game, you already know you got a big bad coming in here who is wanting to take over everything and take over Earthrealm, and they are now in a battle to save Earthrealm. So you got your your team to save Earthrealm fighting against the bad team that wants to take over Earthrealm and all that stuff. The new addition to this storyline here, you know him from the video games, but new to the movie itself is going to be Johnny Cage, played by Carl Urban. Man, you know him, you love him. He is Johnny Cage is one of those freaking egotistical characters that from the video game and all that stuff, who is not really as egotistical in this movie. He's still kind of full of himself. He's got that, sarcastic thing to him, and he's a movie star and all that stuff. But he's a movie star of the past, if you will, and he's now trying to, he's doing like Comic Cons and all that stuff to sign, whatever, just meet with people and all that stuff. Was not going all that well. He's kind of just down on himself about all that stuff, and he ends up being, of course, the chosen warrior for Earthrealm, man. And that ends up leading into some interesting situations that involve all that and all that stuff. Of course, we're not going to spoil anything, but it leads into some interesting things, and it's going to be part of his storyline, all that. So he's one of the main focuses of this movie. The other main focus of this movie, which I love, is Katana. Katana's always been one of my favorite characters going back in the day playing the video game. Always loved her, and she is a main focus as well. You get to find out her story very early in the film, and we're going to go through the movie and through her progression, and seeing the things she's going through and learning more about her character and all that stuff, man. So two really cool things. Again, very different. First film very much focused on that one new character that they created. This one is more focused on these two characters that we know and love. If you've known the video game franchise for the long time, you know those characters and all that stuff. So having them involved in this and having it focused on them and having it focused primarily on the tournaments themselves and the battles themselves is a huge win for this movie. It's exactly what Mortal Kombat 2 needed to be, and exactly what a Mortal Kombat movie to me needs to be, man. Like the storyline, not overly complicated by any means whatsoever. It's a very easy, again, if you've played the games, storylines are pretty easy to follow along with, and there's not a lot of stuff going on. There's still cool stories, not like I'm saying there's not cool stories or anything like that, but it's not overly you know acting it up or anything like that. It's never any over the top acting or any fool going crazy or Oscar worthy performances or anything like that, man. They do the storyline to get you into your next battle. That's exactly what we're doing in this movie, man. And I love the way they put that all together and all that stuff. Not to say that there aren't, good performances in here. I think everybody's doing a really good job in the movie. But You know what I mean, man. You know what I mean. There's if you've played the game, you know exactly what I mean. You know what those things are. It's a little bit of story, and then boom, right to the battle. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing in this movie, and I love that they went this route with this movie and all that stuff. Fatalities are absolutely a part of this movie. We've got some good ones. There's there's one. I'm not going to tell you what it is or who it is or all that stuff, but there is a kill in the movie. It's kind of tame and all that stuff. But after that, as far as I remember off the top of my head, after that, a lot of crazy fatalities going on in this movie, man, which is again the process of a Mortal Kombat thing and wanting to see Mortal Kombat. You're wanting to see those fatalities, right? You know how many people love to see car crashes, people love to see fatalities. People go on YouTube just to look up Mortal Kombat fatalities. Sometimes look at them, see like, oh, look at all these cool fatalities, man. So the fatalities are good in the movie. I will say the fatalities work very well in the movie. They do a very good job there with that process and everything, man. So you know, good feeling as a Mortal Kombat fan, as a kid who grew up playing Mortal Kombat. I played on the arcade, dude. I played on the arcade. I've played it on the video game consoles and all that stuff. Love me some Mortal Kombat, no matter how much it kicks my behind every time I play it. I still love being a part of that world and all that stuff. Um, I don't really. There's nothing like honestly just a blast in this movie. Like I kind of mentioned it there, the fact that the movie's almost 2 hours long. Never felt that, man. Never felt like it was 2 hours long to me. There's no credit scenes or anything like that. There's fun like Mortal Kombat song and the credits are playing and all that stuff. And it does feels like the old video game style when you're like going through your character select and saying the names and all that stuff. So you got that voiceover and all that. It's got that like that cool aspect. There's no credit scenes or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about that. But overall, man, like I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I had a fantastic time in theaters watching this movie. It did exactly what I hoped it would do. It gave me exactly what I wanted as a Mortal Kombat fan. It gave me almost exactly what I wanted. We're not going to talk about what it didn't give me, but what I hoped for going into this movie was to have a good time in that realm and in that world. And I had a good time in that realm and that world, man. So, spoiler free review for you. It's a blast. Like it's an absolute blast of a time in theaters. It is worth seeing. I saw it in the RPX at the Regal. Big screen, man. Everything was popping. Looked great. Booming noises and all that stuff. Vibrations from effects and everything. So cool. So worth it. I want to see the movie again. I got to get in there. The movie this week is Obsession, so maybe I can throw a double feature in there or something and sneak another Mortal Kombat screening in during that, or at least at some point, before Mortal Kombat leaves theater, which it shouldn't be leaving theaters anytime soon. Man, what a movie. What a movie. What a time in theaters. So that is my quick review of Mortal Kombat. It is a freaking awesome time in theaters and a very well put together film. Overall, very well put together Mortal Kombat movie. How you should do it. As far as I'm concerned, it's how you should do it. Um, they can fix some things if they want to, but we will have more. We will have more Mortal Kombat stuff. There's a world for more Mortal Kombat movies out there, and I think you will absolutely get more Mortal Kombat films, without a doubt. When I say they can do things, I'm talking about like other characters and stuff like that. Like I can't really think of anything that I disliked about this movie. To be completely honest with you, um, the dialogue maybe a little bit, but at the same time, again, if you've played the video games, dialogue is hit and miss there as well. So no complaints. Fatalities are cool. I enjoy the performances. Carl Urban's doing a great job. The lady playing Katana, fantastic. Um, no complaints at all with what they did. Honestly, I would feel weird complaining about something in this movie because I can't think of anything. I had a blast, man. I had a blast. Just get to keep saying it. I had a blast with this movie, man. So that is my almost quick spoiler-free review of Mortal Kombat 2 in theaters now. If you saw it, let me know what you thought in the comments. Keep it nice down there, man. So before we get out of here, it is news time. A lot of DC news to talk about, honestly. I say a lot, two things to talk about DC-wise, man. The biggest news that came out in the DC world is for the DC Elseworlds, where we've got confirmation that the Batman 2 has officially started filming, and it is going to be a very interesting film from the looks of it because the tease that we got from Matt Reeves was a picture of that awesome Batmobile that we love from the first Batman movie versus the Batman movie, and it's got a snowy atmosphere around it and all that stuff, man. So that is cool. Can't wait to see what that turns into. A lot of people, of course, speculating that has something to do with Mr. Freeze. It may just be winter in Gotham, my friends. We shall see what happens there, but nonetheless excited. It's been several years since that last movie came out. Movie that I absolutely loved, man. I liked what they did with that first Batman film, the Batman film, and I can't wait to see what else they do. Other news, DCU related news. I love this, man. Um, I love this news, and I do love this man. Matthew Lillard has officially been cast for Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow. So, Superman, you know me, you already know I loved that movie. It's my favorite movie from last year. I've watched it 5 times in theaters last year. As soon as it came available on HBO Max, I watched it multiple times again. I believe it was the first movie I watched this year as well. I love what they did there. I love what James Gunn put together. I love for that being, the first film in the DCU, and I can't wait to see this. And good on Matthew Lillard, man. Like he's had a career that I feel like I've been watching Matthew Lillard stuff forever. You can go back to Scream, um, 13 Ghosts, Scooby Doo. Like I feel like there's always something that I've seen with Matthew Lillard in it growing up, and just seeing this, I don't know if you call it renaissance or what, but just seeing all the roles he's starting to get and all that, because I don't know if he really ever got thrown away from Hollywood or anything like that. I don't know. I haven't done like a deep dive. It's always seemed like Matthew Lillard's been there in a way. And then now, he's doing the Five Nights at Freddy's film. He was back in the Scream movie this year. I don't know if he'll be in the next one or not. I don't know. The Scream franchise is his own franchise that I'm having issues with. But if he good on him if he's there. He was just in Daredevil season 2, fantastic in that, and now he's going to be in a Superman 2, man. So Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow. Can't wait, man. I can't wait. Again, he's very good. He's very talented. Love him. Love this coming for him. He recently talked about he thinks people just like him because of nostalgia. No, dude, we love you because you're you. Especially when you see the videos of him at Comic Cons, the way he treats his fans and everything. Huge round of applause. Matthew Lillard is fantastic and awesome, and I'm glad he's getting these opportunities. He deserves them, and especially after Quentin Tarantino made that unnecessary shot at him. Screw that guy, man. Screw Quentin Tarantino. Matthew Lillard, we love you. Happy that you're getting these roles, man. I think all this news is Warner Brothers news, man. So next news to talk about here, Harry Potter, the series has officially been renewed for season 2. Season 1 has not come out yet, but apparently things must be going very well over there for them to announce season 2, which also makes sense in a manner of we're dealing with children, and if your show is primarily focused on the kids, kids are going to age, and you need to film all this stuff quickly and especially get into it. I think the plan is for each season to follow the books. Yeah, you would be doing season 2, you would think would be Chamber of Secrets. You would guess would be the thought process there. But yeah, it makes sense in a logical way that of course the kids are gonna grow up and all that stuff. That's a world that I've been a fan of since the beginning, and I know there's controversy around it and all that stuff. But I I love that world. I love the Harry Potter world, especially in the Universal theme park. So there is an excitement to see this show without a doubt, and not shocked that they've got a season 2 going already. It's one of the biggest properties over there for Warner Brothers, as they're in the mix of maybe being sold. That's its own thing. Other news involving that world, Planet of the Apes is getting another movie. This one's going to be directed by Fantastic Four Steps director and the same writer from that, from what I believe. Planet of the Apes has been an ever-long going franchise, been around for decades. Most recently had those latest films that were good, man. Like I like those latest films. This one, however, seems like from what I was reading, unless something has changed, this one's going to be a new start. It's not going to be connected to the other Planet of the Apes films, but bring them on, man. I'll be in theaters to see them again. I like those worlds, man. Those have been a fun world to see on the big screen. Can't wait to see where they go with that, man. Is that the last bit? A little bit more news here. Scarlett Johansson is set to star in Ari Aster's next film, Scapegoat, for A24. There you go. If you're a Scarlett Johansson fan or an Ari Aster fan, there you go. You got that information. She's kind of jumping in the horror realm a little bit, right? Because she's doing the Exorcist movie as well. Horror adjacent. She's in the Jurassic franchise. I think they're doing another Jurassic movie with her as well. So good on her. We like Scarlett Johansson, right? I don't think anybody has a problem with Scarlett Johansson. There's probably somebody who has a problem with her, but A24, it's going to be something weird for sure. But there you go, man. So boom, there you go. Quick episode or regular length episode, who knows? But appreciate you hanging out with me here, man. I love talking movies and reviewing film spoiler free and talking news and all that stuff. And we got both of those things in this here episode. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you again for taking the time to watch this. Um, be nice to each other, especially be nice to yourself, man. Give yourself some peace, give yourself some love, be kind to yourself because you do matter. And that'll do it, man. So we reviewed Mortal Kombat 2. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Keep it nice. And we talked all the news that I found in the last week to talk about, man. So again, appreciate you all. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, week, month, a year. As always, again, you do matter. Be kind to yourself. Keep moving forward. Things will work out for you. Um, and again, absolutely appreciate you. I can't say it enough. Appreciate you taking the time to listen to this movie nerd out about movies, man. So we'll be back next week with a new episode. The review will be Obsession. Very excited about that movie. And we'll see if I saw Mortal Kombat 2 again, man. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all, and we will be back next time.